you have to empower yourself to always be grateful of what we have. If you're strong here, you're physically strong. Change has never been easy.
This series is brought to you by the Reset app, an amazing app that equips you to be happy by flexing the positive mindset muscle. So go ahead and download today. Link is in the description below. It's free. Hello everyone, welcome back to Coffee with Friends episode 5. So today we have a very dear friend of ours who is also known as a zapper. So if you're in the Reset community, you will be known as a zapper, and we have been with her journey for the past, I would say, around 1 year. And she has a very interesting background. As you can see, the title of our talk today is basically Juggling Multiple Roles and MCO. So this individual that I have today is a very good friend of mine. We have, even though she's older than me, but it's like we are in the same age, we can connect really well, and I'm so excited to actually bring her on board. She has a really good story, and I'm just excited to introduce, I would call her Kak because she's older. So let us introduce today Kak Maisarah. Woo!
Hello everyone.
Hello Kak. So how are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. A lot of things to do, but I'm excited to have this chat with you.
Yep.
All right, Kak. So before we go into our questions, to our viewers, if you do like this content that we are talking today, do give it a thumbs up, leave a comment below, and also hit the subscribe button for our channel, as we have loads more of videos and chats with amazing individuals such as Kak. It'll be up in YouTube, so go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And those who would like to find out what is Kak Maisarah doing right now, I will leave her Instagram account in the description below, so go ahead and check it out and show some love. All right, so before we go into the questions, Kak, now it's time for you to introduce yourself to us.
Okay. All right. My name is Maisarah. I'm 37 years old, and I'm a mother of 4. I have 4 kids. The first one age 10 and the last one age 2. So I have a multiple roles. So we're gonna go into that later. But basically, I'm working with the Ministry of Human Resources, and at the same time, I'm also doing a Young Living business, the essential oils company. And at the same time, I'm also into sports. I would say not an active one at the moment, but I just started. How do we call that? CrossFit.
Yep. Okay.
That one.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're a mom, and you're a YL distributor. You have a full-time job, right, in Kementerian of Human Resource. Huyo, Kashado. That one, and now Kak is active in sports. I was told earlier that Kak was a netballer, right?
Yep. That's my because due to MCO, so for this year we haven't have any like tournament yet.
Mm-hmm.
But, at the moment, I'm the, not to say a captain, but advisor for the team.
Yo, advisor! Don't play, man. Wow. So, how long have Kak actually been in this line of? Okay, let's go one by one. How long have you been with the ministry first?
I just recently joined the ministry for almost 3 years now. But before that, I went to further my studies, doing my masters. Before that, I was in the Ministry of Youth and Sports, and the Public Service Department.
Wow.
So basically, I'm the pegawai tadbir and diplomatic.
Oh, you know, I've actually heard about that jawatan in uni. they would always ask us, okay, if you want to apply for a job in the ministry, go for diplomatic pegawai, because that is like one of the it's very hard to get that job, because a lot of screening exams semua tu, and then even you have, if I'm correct, there was a physical activity you have to pass a test, but then now because of MCO we could not do it, so now it's more to just paper and pen.
Yeah.
Wow, well, now I know something new. Dahsyat lah Kak. So okay, so that's about ministry. How long have Kak been doing YL, and what do you do in YL?
In Young Living, this is gonna be my 5th year. So in Young Living, basically, I'm leading around 900 members in my organization. So yeah, so basically, I've been doing some coaching and mentoring, and also educating and creating awareness on living healthily, living a healthy lifestyle, and towards overall wellness. So
900.
more or less 900, yeah.
The what? That 900 is almost the size of my batch in my campus.
Wow.
And
That's
you're handling.
I mean,
Oh my
like,
god.
it's a lot.
Yeah, but because for us it's okay because we have 11 courses, but Kak is only one, and you have 900 people underneath of you. I'm like, wow, oh my god.
I have a lot of leaders, good leaders under my organization. So yeah,
When you have good leaders, everything is taken care of.
I hope so. We're
All right,
family. So
good. So so okay, so now in ministry for I would say around 8 years plus minus.
13, 12, 13, yeah.
I underestimate the number.
I'm not that young anyway.
But you look young. Let us just assume you're 20 plus, shall we?
Definitely can.
Nice, Kak. So one of the reasons why I actually invited Kak to join us is because you have been a very, very active zapper in the Reset community. We have followed your journey ever since the app was released. We were saying, who is this person? He's always there. Then like, okay, no mind. Then we have really observed how you have grown and everything, and we're so excited that you are in the zapper community today. It's good to actually have zappers who can share a really good story, and one of it we decided because for Coffee with Friends is basically to have the youths and the younger generations to actually share their stories. And so I have known Kak already, I think virtually I've known Kak for more than 1 year, but recently in March we started the talks and everything. So I would say we have known each other for 1 year plus lah. Let's just keep it like that.
Okay.
So let's go to our questions, shall we, Kak?
Sure, can.
Awesome. So I have a piece of paper here with all the questions. So if this is basically just in case if I forget anything, or if I just slip off my mind, I get to refer to something. So brief introduction, perfect. Kak Maisarah, as you can see from what she has explained just now, she has so many things she's doing. She's a mother of 4. She's in the ministry. She's a YL distributor who have 900 other members under her. I was thinking, okay lah, 90, 100, okay, still can manage. It's just 900. I'm like, wow. Okay, and she's active in sports. So, okay, moving on to our next question. How is it like to juggle multiple roles and responsibilities? Kak, you have to wear so many hats, so many hats. I'm like, how do you actually manage it? Especially being a mom, a wife, a daughter, a mentor, a coach, employee in the ministry. How do you manage it?
Okay. I started one by one. So I'm so in love with netball. So I started playing netball since I was a kid and until now. So when I started joining becoming a public servant, so I already enrolled myself in the netball team. And ever since, I've been leading the team for quite some time, and I started to establish the netball team for Persatuan Pegawai Tadbir and Diplomatic. So that's how I get to start building the team for almost like I think more or less around 10 years. So from there, I noticed that probably I learned here and there about how to be a good leader and how important it is to have a very strong support. So each of my role, I have a very a strong sidekick. But the number one sidekick is of course my husband. So yeah, he's been helping me like a lot and supporting me through all of it. So yeah, basically it has to start with a very good support system, and of course my mom and my friends. And yeah, so in netball I have a very good teammates, and I have some friends who support me, like backup, like if I have to do this, they would like cover me and stuff. And when it comes to young living, that also the same, because I have a very strong leaders. When it comes to family, of course my husband has been there like all the time. So basically I think, and when I started to join the Zapper session during the MCO, I noticed that the most important thing is, besides support system, is of course you have to empower yourself. And I've learned a lot from the Zapper session, most importantly on time management and how to prioritize things. And of course I'm still learning and trying to adapt to new things. And yeah, because change has never been easy.
I have to agree with Kak. I'm so excited that actually Kak made time to actually join the Zapper sessions because we know in the Zapper community we have easily 400 plus Zappers, and to have a handful of the Zappers to join in and to know that they were with us since the start of our free sessions until now, it's really nice to see that we saw a shift in the way a lot of our zappers saw things, how they tend to prioritize, because especially during MCO it was tough, right? A lot of us were stuck at home. I'm sure Ka also was stuck at home, and I would actually get back to that questions soon about how did you manage MCO. And I actually really like the moment Ka said that being a good leader comes with also being having a good sidekick. That is very true. It's like in every pengarah post, there's always a nice pengarah who will make sure everything runs, and Kak has that. And I think gratitude plays a very important role in this, as how Kak is very grateful to your husband. Not every day we can find a support system like that to actually support us in multiple things that we are doing, kan Kak? So I'm just I feel so nice to hear your story, to know that you have really good support system. Was it easy to actually find like your super powerful sidekick instead of your husband? That yang tu lain cerita lah. But then how was it easy to find the right person to put in charge when example in the ministry or in your YL group? How did you find that great leaders?
I think basically leader somehow, to create another leader, it has to like start with you being the leader. So for example, I think it is important to create a system that can be duplicable. So, and you always have to like share your mission, your goals, and what are you planning to do next, and things like that. Because, for example, by having the LOA centers, you and your team and my friends and everyone, so I can actually learn a lot of things from a lot of people. So I apply what I learned from the LOA uh, into the office, and I learned a lot from the Young Living, and I apply here and there. So that's how basically I started to see things in a different way. I think that's what I did, because even I have a very supportive husband. It's not an easy as like, you're my husband, you have to do this, you have to do that, like it's not an easy journey also, because it's just it, as long as both of you communicate well and you share the same views. Because if I want him to do this but he don't get it, like, why are you planning to do this, why do you want to achieve this? So it's not gonna bring both of you towards the same direction. So that's how you another leader in your team, as long as you share the same vision and mission and brings everyone towards the same journey. Duplicating this.
Amazing. I couldn't agree more. It's like we know it's really nice the moment we can find someone who has the same mission and vision, just like what Kak say. You saw that in your leaders, you saw that in your sidekicks. That is very important if you want them to drive the team with the same purpose, right? So it's good that Kak actually saw that, and I like it when you said you needed to duplicate that example. This is Kak Maisarah, and I have a second Kak Maisarah, third, fourth, fifth. So they are driven with the same purpose, same mission, same vision, and they have the same values as Kak. So it's very important, and I like that you actually stated that. That's very good point for us to seek who should actually example stand by or take over. This is very important, especially once Kak actually builds like an empire. Okay, who will be the next to take charge when Kak leaves, right? So this is where you're duplicating, you are instilling the values. What Kak learned, you teach to the leaders. That's very important. So moving on to our third question. Okay. So, while Kak, you are juggling multiple roles, right? 900 distributors, ministries, semua tu, everything. Have you actually experienced, or did you notice a sudden surge of uncertain emotions during, like, example, stress or anxiety, or you feel like sometimes you are burnout? In sports we use the term burnout, is meaning is basically we are mentally exhausted. So if Ka have experienced it, right, how did you manage it? What did you do? How did you acknowledge it?
I think basically I learned a lot throughout my sports journey, because I used to be a very short-tempered person. Even though I was like being chosen as the captain during my younger days. So yeah, because not everyone can actually lead a team, because each one of starting with netball, because we only have like 10-12%. So it's not an easy thing to actually manage everyone, even though we want to win a game, but each of everyone have different strength, different characteristic and stuff like that. So basically it creates a lot of emotions when you really want people to do what you want. So yeah, sometimes when I face that challenge in my organization, Young Living organization, if let's say, for example, I really want to do this, I want to achieve this, I want this, I want these people to do this, I want these people to do this, but if they cannot see why you want to do, like why you want to achieve that, it's not going to happen that easy. So during my first few years with Young Living, uh, that's how I started to like change my perspective and to really see and value people's thought, and so that we can share what the other person want and what I want. And basically using the reset apps has actually helped me to really like get my momentum back. Like when you are having like something, any difficulties make me like stop and reevaluate things. One of the challenges I face is as a sport person, uh, I'm like so active, and then during this one game I had an injury. It's basically an accident. So I had my ACL like complete torn on my left knee, and partial tear on my right knee. So I have to went for surgery for both of my knees. So you know how it feels, right? So
Yeah.
because I was like, never mind lah, doctor, I can handle this. That's how confident I was. I can. This is just like operation. I give birth what? So I think that's the most painful. Like giving birth is the most painful pain, but not until you have this surgery. Because after the surgery, it's not really the physical part, but it's the emotion and mental part. Because my recovery took like longer than expected, because my mental was so broke. That time I haven't met you and the team yet, so it was like back in 2017. I have to like really depend on other people, and I was bedridden for 2 weeks because I can't really move my legs because both of the knees have like been operated. So yeah, that has been like so dark moment for me. Until my husband was like, I don't know what to do. Take these oils, like use your oils, like take everything. Even my kids, like they were so afraid to come into my room because they don't want to disturb me, and yeah. But basically when I started to like gain my emotional balance, that's how I started to talk to people, and like gaining yourself back. Putting the self together is not as easy as we thought, but again, it's the support system that really push you. So
Nice. Very nice. Oh, I can feel the pain the moment when Kak said you tore your left ACL and your right one is partially torn. I'm like, oh my god, I can feel it.
yes, because being an active person, you can do things on your own. You're not so depending on other people. But that moment, if we are being too independent, and then when things like this happen, you have to depend on other people. So what happened to me was it's just like a snap moment for me to actually go back to the creator. I mean, back to God. This is what God wants to teach me something, back to my root, that hey Maisarah, you're not like that strong. You're not doing this alone. It's me who created you, and it's me who like create this event for you to learn, for you to buckle up and like move on. So I think I started to like free from the tongkat around like 3 months or so. Yeah, I was on my final sem of the first year. No, basically I was on during my 3rd semester.
For your masters kan Kak?
So yeah, I went to the final exam with my crutches on. I think that's how I get 4 flat for my exam.
Wow, fall flat, man.
No lah. But basically, during that time, I was doing my masters, and it's near to the exam week, and yeah, there are so many things happening, and yeah, basically, what I was trying to say is back to your root.
Amazing. It takes a lot of courage to actually come back, especially after an injury. A lot of us, after an injury, we tend to give up, and some of us actually tend to fight through, and that is what Kat did. Yes, it may have taken longer for some people. For some people, it'll be super fast, heal in the next 2 weeks, you're up and about and going. But that's the body, right? The body is unique, and we have our own way of healing, our own time of healing. When the body says you're ready to go, then you're ready to go. And
Yeah, of course. Basically, if you're strong here, you're physically strong.
wow, okay, I'm going to take that as a quote. Okay, very good, Kat. I like it. So moving on to our fourth question now. Since 2020 was supposed to be a year of revolution, a lot of new things and everything, and yes, a new thing came. All of us went into lockdown. No one expected it. No one saw it coming. No one was prepared for it. And how was lockdown for Kak? How was MCO for you? I mean, we were stuck at home for 3-4 months at home. Some of us had no jobs. Students had to be sent back home. Some students were kept in campus because they couldn't go back. So how was MCO for Kak?
The first few weeks, we were like, hooray, it's like a long holiday. And then things started to like really change after both my husband and I, we have to like attend to online meetings, and like the kids are like being not too occupied because they started to like watch a lot of TVs and eating not healthy food. So when both of us like went for a meeting, like my husband will be upstairs and I'll be downstairs, and yeah, so and the kids keep on knocking the doors and like, mommy, I'm hungry, mommy this, mommy that. So it is, that moment was really challenging, because like I said, change has never been easy. The kids was not ready, and of course they couldn't go out, they couldn't meet their friend, so they are depending on us. Like parents need to be there in front of them, not doing anything like else. So it's been challenging because there are so many things to change, like how to get food, how to like who will be going out and to buy food and stuff like that. So I have my mom, she's staying alone in Kedah, so that's another like challenging time for her too, because we were so worried how she's been doing and everything. So my third kid, my third son, he has developed a severe eczema during that time, until I have to like go for a month leave to really like take care of him, because of he basically has some not too severe eczema, but probably because of the lockdown he started to like feeling demotivated and not too happy. So from there he started to like the skin getting like more infections and everything. So yeah, I am so thankful for the Aloe Center, who has been organizing a lot of Zapper sessions. So at least I have to meet a new faces weekly or like every 2 days. So yeah, at least that would keep me sane. So despite meeting my young living friends online, and we also have like a lot of activities. We have to create new activities online to keep people occupied with their daily routine. So yeah, and I get to learn few new recipes, and
Chef.
well, I made my keropok leko cewa during MCO. That happens only during MCO.
During MCO, a lot of Western chefs overnight we made, you know, that coffee thing. I forgot it's called what, dalgano or something like that.
Dalgona or something. Yeah.
Yes, and then there was something about egg souffle.
Yeah, yeah.
And then now we have keropok leko. Was that the leko that Kak was frying in one of our Zapper session?
Yes, that one. Oh, you still remember that one?
Of course, because we love keropok leko. One day when Kak makes it, tolong kirim. We would love to have it. Oh, nice. I mean, how do you actually make it? I mean, I've never seen it. All I know it's fermented processed fish or something like that, right?
I don't ferment fish, but basically I use the fresh fish, remove the bones, and you blend the fish and add some flour and you boil. That's it.
That's all.
That's all.
Interesting. Okay.
Remove the bones and everything. So,
I mean, you got all the tiny bones, right?
uh,
The skin?
I keep it. It's too lazy to remove.
But do we actually supposed to remove it or?
Because it's just the small fish. So you have to just remove the scale. No, I don't think the ikan have scale because it is small fish je.
Bawal ke? No, bukan bawal.
Kan apa I think that's pelaling. Pelaling.
Minta gambar?
I don't know the name of the fish.
It's okay. We have Google. Google will answer everything for us.
But
Alright.
The good things happen to us. My young living family is the sales like booming. A lot of people like really started to reevaluate their missions and their goals, because a lot of my leaders also, they have organized a lot of motivational sessions, and we support and empower each other to really learn and relearn about how to move, how to grow the business, and not to say to take advantage, because when people are like staying at home, they are always with the internet and started to like shop online and stuff. So yeah, basically MCO does not really affect us in financially, but more on the commitment with the kids. Yeah.
Interesting, because when MCO was implemented, a lot of stories and issues actually came up about how spouses at home were stressed up. They would argue, and they would somehow go into divorce, and then they could not take up their kids at home. It was very stressful, right? So it's interesting to see how Ka actually managed it, even though there was, everyone will experience ups and downs, can, but it's how you manage it. And I like the fact that you actually made keropok leko. Who would have had the mind to actually made it, but you did it. So I hope you would share with us the recipe soon, so I can try it too. So moving on to our fifth question is basically, how did you bounce back mentally after MCO? So, after that, I think MCO was for 3-4 months, right? The real MCO. And then we went into, I think it's CMCO, or I forgot the alphabets already, but something like that. So how did you bounce back? I mean, like, you were at home for like 4-5 months. And then how was it like to step out of home and get back to your not so normal work routine, what you have been doing? How was it like to send the kids to school and everything? So how did you build back your mental strength?
Basically, it started with uh, preparing mentally a few weeks before, like sending kids to their schools and everything, because the challenges that we face, uh, uh, because we have 4 kids. 2 kids are at the kindy and 2 kids at school. These 2 kids, the first two, they cannot really go back to school because the school is not open yet. So my husband and I, we took turn to actually stay at home. And it's not so, I'm not gonna say it's a lucky, it's not a lucky moment, but because I have to take a month leave, so I was there at home with the other two, while these two go to kindy. So basically, if the kids happy, we were happy, and vice versa. We keep on reminding them that they're about to go to school, and teach them about the awareness of like hand washing and everything, about the new norm. And basically, I think the key of like changing routine, because change, like I said, change is never easy, especially when it comes to routine. Even if the kids were like emotionally affected when it comes to changing of routine. So of course, we have a lot of oils, so we've been using oils to help the kids, like prepare them in terms of their immune system, their health, and also emotionally. And for my husband and I, we will always like discuss on what to do next. And being in the Zapper community, that really helps me to prioritize things and to manage time properly. Because basically, back in the office, the direction went like, okay, 50%, starting with 20%, 25% of the staff should be in the office. And then after a week, they went for 50% and then 70%. So we were juggling with the schedule between me and my colleagues, and of course between me and my husband, because we have to like match here and there. So somehow, because even though I was at the office or at home, we still have to do like work as usual. And yeah, I think that's all, because the change is just made easy for me, I guess, because we were like mentally prepared. And for us, the priority goes to the kids. Yeah, so as long as their needs are fulfilled, both of us are okay.
Nice. That is nice when your kids' happiness is your happiness. I mean, it's a happy family. Imagine if you can't have a kid who is crying and throwing tantrums and everything, you'll be even stressed out, right? So, I mean, I salute everyone who came out of MCO, who got back up, because trust me, it's not easy. We have seen a lot of people actually fall during MCO, and to know that most of us came back after a very well-deserved break, and I like that how saw it is like during the first implementation of MCO, you saw it as a long holiday, school holiday. That was really nice. Even I so felt it. I was like, oh my god, yes, I just entered campus and now there's a break. It's very nice. Even though yes, it's like something uncertain. We do not know what's going to happen tomorrow. But I like that you actually enjoyed your moments at home, because a lot of us we don't actually spend time at home. We're always in the office working long hours, and I think it's really nice to be at home. It's like I was talking to a friend of mine from US yesterday. We had a call also, So I actually asked her how was lockdown for her, and she actually told the viewers who were going to watch and everything, and they said she ask yourself this: why was it a troublesome thing to actually be in lockdown? Why is it so hard for us to be at home with our loved ones when all this time we have been asking to always be at home, but we never got it, and now we got it, but we are saying that we don't like it, it's stressful and everything. So it was a very good question that to ask, because I mean, like, it depends on us how do we look at things, and I like that Ka actually took that opportunity and made the best of it. Yes, it was tough sometimes, but like what Ka said, go back to God, right? God is always there. Your belief is there. Religion and spirituality is a very important thing to keep us sane. And I like that story. It's very simple, but it's what we all need to know.
So I have this thought when your friend was saying about how do we like wish to stay at home, and once you have been granted to stay at home, uh, yeah, like I said, is for me because I always been away from home, so I saw it as an opportunity for me to like get back with my family, like with the kids especially, because yeah, we finally have time together, right? But there are moments that you don't know what else to do. Like, I've done my work, I've cooked, I've cleaned the house, so what else? For kids, they were like stuck with the TV sometimes, so that's how we started to like create some activities with the kids, and I enrolled myself with few online classes, so just to keep myself occupied. Because there are some people who were too stressed out of not doing anything. So yeah.
I agree. I mean, I think it gave us the opportunity to be creative in what we're doing during MCO again. So it's
Yeah.
like, for example, Kak make Kropo Lego. I have a lecturer who built a small cat house. I have a few of a few of my friends started to pick up a new language. A few of my friends, they started to practice headstand. So it's like, yeah, it's a creative thing to do. I mean, like, um, I actually like stories like this because it shows us that no matter in every situation we face, there's always a plus point to it if you look at it properly,
Yeah.
and it's awesome. I mean, I believe all of your distributors, 900 of them, your friends in ministry should actually watch this and see from a very simple human, because we all are very simple, basic humans, right? No matter what we hold, our ranks we hold, the titles we hold, we are still human. And they should actually listen to the story of how just, you know, yes, no matter whatever we have in life, we all will experience almost the same thing. MCO allowed everyone to experience lockdown. Everyone, no matter if you have any title in front of your name, you still have to go and scan yourself, have to scan your QR code and everything. So we all won, and I believe everyone would actually see like a shining light in the tunnel when they hear your story, Kak. Because from what you have shared, there was tough times for Kat to actually bounce back, and you actually did it no
Yeah.
matter what. So, sorry, Kat?
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
All right, so coming to our very last question is basically, this is always the highlight of every chat we have with amazing people, is basically one advice to the youths and moms out there on balancing roles and mental health. I feel this is going to be a very powerful one because it comes from experience, and Kat has the experience. So what is your one advice to youths and moms out there?
um basically, I think what I learned throughout MCOs and throughout my previous journey in life, there is one thing that you should always be thankful because and appreciate the present moment. You shouldn't be worrying about the future and shouldn't be fear of the past. And what you have to really see things is appreciate the present time because that is how you live your life. You shouldn't be like stuck in the past. You shouldn't be like too worried about COVID and stuff and what gonna happen in the future. So because of course from my experience and everything, sometimes when you were stuck at the past events, you're not like going anywhere. You're not gonna achieve growth in life. You're not gonna be happy even. So I think one of the good thing is to always be grateful of what we have. Like I said, if you're strong here, you're strong here, and you're physically strong, and always like back to your root. And I have this quote that I actually help my kids with her homework, and I noticed this from the textbook. So it says, always search your minds and hearts and stress upon your men the need of perfect integrity and sincerity in the cause of God. Be firm in the thick of the battle as God helps men according to the perseverance that he shows in the cause of his faith, and he will be rewarded in accordance with the spirit of sacrifice which he displays for the sake of the Lord. So I think this is a very good reminder for all of us to have a good relationship with the Creator and always be grateful. Yeah.
Amazing. I like that you actually took it from your daughter's book. You know, yeah, they always say these kids are our teachers, right? And it's happening right now. So amazing. I am entirely grateful for having you joining us today. For me, I like to sit down and really hear the stories that my friends, my known associates have, because I know every story is unique and it's inspiring, and I really like to see the amount of positivity in your stories. No matter all the struggles you had, you still told it with a smile, you know, so that is really nice. I really hope you go for greatness, Ka, because you have a really great personality, character, aura. I'm looking forward in seeing how Ka actually grow as a human being. We all, the moment we tap into our roots, we are slowly starting to be human, and that is what we have to do. And thank you for reminding us with that super duper awesome quote from your daughter's book, Ka. I mean, like, I just like this conversation. It was really nice. Yeah, so for everyone who are watching us today, if you like this video, do give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and leave the comment below on what was your experience and learning from this really, really insightful video conversation with Kak Maisarah. So if you guys would like to check out Kak Maisarah on Instagram and what she does, do check it out at Cik Beda lah, right?
Cik Beda lah.
Yes, so I will put all of the links down in the description below. Go and show her a lot of love. And if you have stories similar to what she's going through, or if you have questions on how she managed a few roles and everything, do leave it in the comments below. Go and show a lot of support, because I really salute moms who can juggle so many roles and yet be happy. That's the most important thing. Thank you so much, Kak.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, and I wish you all the best and have a wonderful life.
Oh, thank you, Kak.